He argued because this would affect the economy, and when you affect the economy, you affect Social Security revenues, that affects Social Security. Of course, that's a classic case of an argument that proves too much. It would mean that nothing could ever be done by majority rule. They are now about, I'm sure, to attack the parliamentarian, who was a very honest and very straightforward guy. And, of course, one of the discouraging things here has been not only that they are wrong, I believe, on the substance, but that's a legitimate debate. But you've seen these thuggish tactics that have been employed with encouragement from some, not all, obviously, Republican leaders, and that's a very disappointing undermining of democracy. I just got to say, Rachel, you know, in Massachusetts, they just passed a very good bill, unanimous, Democrats and Republicans, to try and prevent junior high school kids and high school kids from being bullied, from the name-calling, etc. And that's going on in a lot of places in the country. We had suicides from young people who have been bullied. What do they see, though, if they watch television over the weekend? Adults doing the same kind of bullying and Republican leaders cheering on the bullies.
Congressman Frank, you were the subject, you were the object, I guess, of a little bit of that bullying. Politico reported over the weekend that when you arrived at the House chamber, somebody yelled a homophobic slur at you.
More than one. Yeah, my partner Jim and I were walking from, it was a nice day, we walked from the one House office building to another. There was a great deal of shouting, you know, waving of fists and signs, and people sort of getting very close and yelling, and a number of the comments were homophobic.
Did you feel personally threatened, or what was your reaction to that experience?
Really sadness because, look, you know, as Jim said, we're kind of adults, and, you know, I haven't got a lot of respect for these people, to be honest, so who cares what they say to me. But you do have to think about it. I'm serious about this. This bullying in junior high and high school, it's a big problem. Again, every Democrat, every Republican in the Massachusetts legislature voted for an anti-bullying bill. What occurs to me is there are kids all over the country watching this, not as a game, but as real life, and watching sort of respectable so-called politicians cheering them on. And that was just discouraging that at this point in our history, we couldn't have a rational debate, but these kind of thug tactics were being used.
Well, Mr. Chairman, I'm not in the position of apologizing for anybody else, but to the extent that I can, I'm sorry that happened to you.
Thank you, Rachel.
All right.
And I'll take a set of knives.
Actually, you know, they slice, dice, and julienne.
Yep.
So, thank you, Congressman. Really appreciate it. Democratic Congressman Barney Frank of Massachusetts is, of course, the chairman of the House Financial Services Committee. He has been incredibly busy and working incredibly long hours his last few days, as have so many members of the House, which makes us particularly grateful that he joined us tonight.